My name is Tara Smith. I'm a professor of philosophy at the University of Texas, and I am also a member of the board of directors of the Ayn Rand. I can't say that I have a single favorite quotation from Ayn Rand. There are so many good ones. I mean, so many great passages, so many great ideas. Even if I think about when I was first reading some of her work, there was no single passage that was the turnkey. You know, it was this logical locomotive that was just a force. So I can't really do what the Institute asked me to do. I will, though, do two things. One is I prevailed upon the Institute to share with you a handout that I had prepared many years ago of many passages from Ayn Rand. This was in connection with a course I was teaching on Ayn Rand's concept of sense of life, and I gave it almost 10 years ago. One of the handouts was many, many quotations, mostly from Ayn Rand. And after the first 46, those are all from the nonfiction, and those are pretty explanatory of the concept of a sense of life. But then I give you about another 25 from her fiction, most of which are in some way reflective of the sense of life of the novel or some of the characters. And that, I think, is a real pleasure to read through. Other people have told me that you don't even need to take the course, honest. You can just read this. The Institute is making it available to you. There's a link in the description of what I'm talking about right now. So, you know, instead of binge viewing, you can binge read some Ayn Rand, and I think. But I will give you a passage for today. And again, this is not my all-time favorite. I could never choose. But it's something I like a lot. And it's not in the fiction. It's not in the nonfiction either. It's actually something that Ayn Rand said, as reported by Leonard Peikoff. So I'm going to read you. This is from a lecture he once gave, later published as an essay, from his lecture, My 30 Years with Ayn Rand. Toward its end, he is conveying just a few of his lasting images of her. So I'm going to read you the paragraph from Dr. Peikoff. Toward the end of it, he quotes Ayn Rand, and then he has the few last words, and I'll let it all speak for itself. So he writes, "One is the memory of a spring day in 1957. We were walking up Madison Avenue toward the office of Random House, which was in the process of bringing out Atlas Shrugged. She was looking at the city she had always loved most, and now, after decades of rejection and bitter poverty, she had seen the top publishers in that city competing for what she knew triumphantly was her masterpiece. She turned to me suddenly and said, 'Don't ever give up what you want in life. The struggle is worth it.' I never forgot that. I can still see the look of quiet radiance on her face."